the government be able to provide you the same income as you are making now? Don't go away because I know you're going to want to know the answer. Listen, guys, I've noticed in my over 25-year career in financial services that many individuals are simply not saving enough money. And I want to put this into perspective so you understand why I think many of us, if not most of us, don't save enough money. And I've seen this time and time again, especially with people who actually make six figures. A lot of people who have corporate jobs that are making six-figure income, they are simply not saving enough. And what does that say for people who aren't making six figures? Well, they're probably not saving enough as well. And how I know this is that a lot of people borrow. They borrow a lot of money. They spend money on things that they simply can't afford. And I know this because I've been there. Moving towards a more simple financial journey where I know what I want in the future for myself, I can easily save and know where I'm at any given time as to where I am in reaching my financial goals. Now, I say this not because I'm super smart or super expert, but because I know a few things that I think most people need to know themselves. And so I wanted to talk about how savings actually works. I did a video on 3 ways most people rely on outside sources to help achieve their financial goals. It's a pretty eye-opening video because it gets people to realize that we do not have control of our finances if you look at the grand scheme of things. And this is one area where you can simply take full control over your financial goals if you just looked. If you just looked, money is distributed when you get your paycheck. Okay? So for those of you at a job, your employer is forced to help pay into your CPP. You are as well. Okay? Why we have CPP in the first place, that's a different video altogether. Anyways, so you are paying this thing we call the Canada Pension Plan. In the States, you might be paying into something else. Maybe it's called, I'm not really actually sure, Social Security. I'm not really sure. But in Canada, we have this thing called the Canada Pension Plan. We pay into it as long as we're employees. Our employers pay into it as long as they're our employers. And we kind of leave it to pension managers to manage it and make it grow. But basically what it is, it's a forced savings. It's a forced savings for us Canadians because the government knows that we are not on our own saving enough money. Okay? But there are so many of us that are spending money like there's no tomorrow. Like we can just print it downstairs in the basement. Like really, we're never going to run out of it. And you know that's not true. So I asked the question, will the government be able to provide you the same income as you are making now? And I think you know the answer. The government's not going to help you make 100 grand when you're 65, 70. That's just simply impossible. Okay? Why would they pay you 100 grand for not doing a thing? Just doesn't work that way. A portion of your income right now is going towards a pension plan. Not 100%. It's more like 6% of your income is going towards your pension plan every time you get paid. Yeah, the employer might match that at another approximate 6%, but that's still only 12%, right? And so when you take a look at that, just mathematically, accumulated over time, that's never going to make you the same income as you're making now while you're working. So now what? You have to think about, well, do I want the same lifestyle as I have now? Do I want the same lifestyle that I have right now when I'm 65? And interestingly enough, most people when they retire, they want a grander lifestyle without the work, which is that you are entitled to that. You worked really hard for many, many years and you should be able to retire in style. But That's just not the reality. Sure, you might have a house that's paid off, which could be a different video all on its own. But if you don't fix your spending habits right now, what makes you think that you're going to all of a sudden at retirement decide not to spend as much money? Because that's ultimately what you need to do. Because you're going to be having less money, right? You're not going to have a paycheck from an employer. You're going to have less money. The Canada Pension Plan is not going to be able to provide you the same lifestyle as you have right now. And for those of you guys who know about old age security, that is even less than the Canada Pension Plan. So that's totally not going to help you live the kind of lifestyle you have right now. Some of you guys might think you have a pension at work. And unless you're a teacher, you work for the government, you're in law enforcement, I can almost guarantee you that the pension you have at your work right now is still not going to be enough, given the lifestyle you want to live. Okay? Now, coming back to will the government be able to provide you the same income as you are making right now, I hope that gives you insight as to what you should be doing right now. You need to change your spending habits so that you're not spending more than you make. And I know there's a lot of you out there, if you have any debt at all, you're spending more than you make. Stop thinking that I'll make it up later on, because later on is now 5 years later and you've just lost 5 years of savings along with any kind of market return at the same time. This video is meant to wake you up because you need to talk to somebody. And if you can't find somebody at the bank, or if somebody's not simply going to give you the kind of advice you really need, reach out to me. Click on the link below so that we can have a conversation about what retirement can look like for you. And who knows, maybe you can have the lifestyle you dreamed of at retirement. But that takes planning. It just does not happen. You have to plan that because the government's definitely not planning that for you. Okay? We'll talk about CPP. We'll talk about how your current saving strategies may or may not be working. Who knows? Maybe I'll give you peace of mind because you're doing a great job and you just needed that extra recognition, knowing that you're doing okay. I don't really care. All I care about is that you see this video, you share it, like, comment, subscribe if you want more videos like this. And I'm willing to sit down with you to answer any kind of questions you have about your specific financial goals. Anyways, I got you all. Have an awesome day.